Family legal matters are intensely personal and stressful moments in anyone's life. Thinking of handling it yourself to save money? That decision could cost you everything. Without a guide, people fight the wrong battles, focusing on emotion instead of legal facts. Even a so-called amicable divorce is a minefield of procedural and financial traps. We'll show you when a lawyer is vital, the mistakes to avoid, and the strategic edge you gain. Online forms and DIY kits seem easy, but their one-size-fits-all language is a primary source of legal errors that don't fit your life. The most dangerous part? Errors made at the very start of a case are often permanent, affecting custody and property for years. These mistakes create a power imbalance before you step in a courtroom. But what's the single worst action that can sink your case from the beginning? The system is complex. Now let's see what happens when one person has professional help and the other does not. Statistics are stark. When one party has a lawyer and the other is self-represented, the represented party is far more likely to win their case. Why? The imbalance comes down to three areas where self-represented people falter: evidence, procedure, and negotiation. First, evidence. You may have perfect proof, but if you don't submit it correctly, the judge legally cannot even look at it. Second, procedure. Lawyers know how to argue based on the specific legal standards a judge must follow to make a ruling. Third, negotiation. Refusing to discuss settlement can result in a shocking penalty: you being ordered to pay the other side's legal fees. Evidence, procedure, negotiation. These are how cases are won or lost. Can you become an expert in all three overnight? Nowhere are the stakes higher or the need for an attorney more apparent than in cases involving domestic violence and child custody. In custody cases with intimate partner violence, legal representation drastically improves protective orders and outcomes for victims. It's a life-saving difference. Beyond the courtroom, a lawyer acts as a necessary buffer, handling all communication so you are shielded from direct contact with an abuser. Remember that critical mistake we mentioned? It's moving out of the family home too soon. It seems safe, but legally it can weaken your property and custody claims. Another disastrous error is trying to hide assets. Family lawyers work with forensic accountants. These assets are almost always found, and when they are discovered, the penalties are severe. A judge can award 100% of the hidden asset to your spouse. It is never worth the risk. These examples show the protective power of a lawyer in a crisis, but their value is not limited to conflict scenarios. Family law is a vast field covering adoption, paternity, and guardianship. Each has unique rules where professional guidance is indispensable. The best time to solve a problem is before it begins. A lawyer helps draft prenuptial agreements to create clarity, not because you expect failure. This process encourages open financial communication, which strengthens a relationship and makes any potential separation far less damaging. When seeking help, don't hire just any lawyer. You need a family law specialist who knows the specific courts, judges, and changing statutes. A specialist is also better at countering a manipulative ex-partner. They recognize bullying tactics and shield you from being exploited. Let's connect this. We began with the idea that DIY law is a financial trap. Now we see why. The cost of a lawyer is predictable. The cost of an early mistake is not. We also saw the power imbalance in court. The answer is proactive strategy. An early consultation isn't about starting a fight, it's about knowing your rights. The fundamental shift a lawyer provides is moving from emotional reaction to strategic action. It is about protecting your future, not just surviving the present. Whether facing divorce, a custody dispute, or planning a marriage, a family lawyer is your strategic partner, protecting your rights, assets, and family. There are clear moments when getting a family lawyer is not a luxury, but a necessity. Recognizing them is the first step toward protecting yourself. Moving out an uncooperative partner, domestic violence, or using a generic form, these are all definitive signals that you need to seek professional help. Facing the legal system alone is a gamble you don't have to take. Knowledge is power, and proper representation is the tool that lets you wield it. If you're in any of these situations, or think you might be soon, don't wait. A consultation with a family lawyer is the most important step for your future.